Hey guys, Apap here. So I went out to GameStop, and while I was there, I saw that they had a bunch of these Game & Watches. Now, these were a thing Nintendo made back in the 80s that played, is it on the back? It played this game. It's called Ball, and it's pretty much just a juggling game, and it used LCD technology like those old McDonald's video games, and they're remaking it for Mario's 35th birthday. As you can tell, it's the Super Mario Bros. Edition, and it has Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan, or The Lost Levels, because it was not released in the rest of the world, I believe. It was just released in Japan, so this is currently my only way of playing The Lost Levels, except for possibly on the Switch. It comes with this nice sleeve around it that has like some Mario characters on it. And also, a cool thing about this is that that screen is actually part of the plastic cover here, and on the actual box it looks more like the very original box with the ball game on the Game & Watch. So GameStop was originally selling these for $60. I got it on sale for $50. It might come down even more because I think like hardcore gamers aren't going to want to play this for Mario, and there's not too many people who I feel are nostalgic for the Game & Watch, because it is like kind of in a time where not too many people spent too much money on games, and you know, buying a dedicated console for one game probably wasn't too expensive, but it was probably difficult to convince your parents to buy you one in the 80s. And then they came out with the Game Boy, and that turned out to be a hit, but that had interchangeable games. This is kind of like what people had before the Game Boy. So I'm just gonna open it up. I'm being very careful with this box because although it's probably going to go down in price for a little bit because they made so many of them, it is a collectible Nintendo thing, and collectible Nintendo things tend to always go up in price. As I was looking around and saw that Super Mario Bros. Or new Super Mario Bros. For the Wii, they were selling for $50. I don't think it was $50 new, and everyone I knew had that game, so I'm shocked that it cost $50. So here is what you get. Now I have actually already opened this, so the console is not in there. And here is where the charging cable was. It's a Type-C to charge it. It's interesting. I believe the originals were probably on AAA. We got a user guide. Just kind of tells you very basics and health and safety stuff. The console is just kind of tucked in here, but mine is not because, like I said, I took it out earlier, and here it is. I really like how it looks. It does feel just like a toy because this is all plastic. The front of it is some type of metal, like very thin metal. You get the Type-C plug over here. Now, I don't know what this is. You know what? Actually, we can look that up. Okay, I scratched that out of all this text. It doesn't actually show you a layout of the system. Well, that's silly. I don't know what this over here is for. Anyways, here we go. Here it is. The buttons are amazing. I think these are probably the best buttons on a portable console I have ever felt. At least they come very close. The D-pad is probably the best D-pad I have ever felt. I'd say one of my favorites is the PS4, and this is definitely rivaling that. It's very good. Like, you can definitely tell which direction you're going. There's definite direction in it. You're not just like cramming it down either. It feels like a button press, but also a directional pad. And then these buttons are really nice. They have a good distance on them, but just, you know, click down and up. They're not They're not micro switched or anything. They're just, I don't know what that would be. They're buttons. They're not clicky. And they're rubberized, which is interesting. You would think that would be a bad thing, but it actually feels really nice. And I guess I'll go ahead and turn it on. So you can see it is 6:01 here. I think it actually gets darker depending on what time of day it is. And then we have game. And you can select the game that you want to play. There's ball and the 2 Super Mario Bros. As this is rechargeable, your battery is up there. I'm not going to go too much into detail on the emulations of the game because I'm not sure how this works, and I'm not a big, 80s nerd being born in 1997. So I couldn't tell you how different this is from playing it on the NES. I could tell you you're going to get more enjoyment out of playing this on a CRT just because the game was made for those old monitors. But so far it seems to play pretty good. Maybe the music is off because I haven't listened to that yet. So let's turn up the volume and see how that goes. I guess it sounds right to me. It's slightly muffled, but I think that's just the nature of the console. It's a very playable version of Super Mario Bros. And it looks really nice and clear on this screen. It's a really nice screen on here, especially since, again, I got mine for $50. A few things I would like to see on this, which I'm sure people are going to complain about. I don't believe there's any... This is still pretty loud. I don't believe there's any save states. I think you have to play it like the original Mario. As you could tell, you can pause it and put it to sleep and leave it in your pocket, but from what I can tell, you can't just quick save like you can on the Nintendo Switch. Oh no, for how long was that reflection in the game? I'm sorry about that, guys. Maybe that plug on the side is dang it, is a mini USB or a mini HDMI. No, that doesn't look like mini HDMI. I don't know what that is. Gosh dang it, I'm not focusing on the game. Whatever. Well, I guess here we can see what happens when you die. I'm gonna die on purpose. Alright, what happens? It's just game over. So yeah, this is just straight up Mario Bros. There's no modern additions. And then we have ball. I've never played Super Mario Bros. 2. Let's try game B because I've only tried game A. Okay, so game B is the same as game A, but you're controlling 3 points of articulation and also have 3 balls everywhere. But as you can tell, this is what you do, and I've already failed. Well, that was the Game & Watch from what you can already see. I've never played New Super Mario, or I keep saying New Super Mario Bros. Because I'm such a Gen Z kid, but anyways, the menu screen looks very similar. Again, I've never played this, so let's see how this goes. Luigi game. Is that 2-player, or do you actually play as Luigi? You play as Luigi? Sorry, autofocus. No way. I didn't know you could play as Luigi. That mushroom looks different. Oh. It's a poisonous mushroom? What? Okay, this is more difficult than the first one. I think I've heard that before, that the lost levels are actually extremely difficult, which doesn't help when you realize that, dang it, that the first Mario was already pretty difficult enough. And I'm playing this through a viewfinder. Oh, man. Well, I'm sure once I sit down and actually focus on this, whoa, it's already over. Continue or retry? Oh, do you have unlimited continues? Now I gotta test this theory. I'm not sure what continuing does because I haven't been able to make it to the next level yet. But this is the Nintendo Game & Watch 35th anniversary edition. It seems really cool, and I kind of like it. Especially, I mean, for 50 bucks, I mean, I would prefer it for 40, but you get a nice screen and, you know, an official licensed Nintendo product. It's not just like one of those Chinese handhelds, it's an official product. Would have been nice that if they threw more games on here, I guess, because, you know, these probably are all digitally on here. They could have probably thrown a lot more stuff on here, but if you're thinking about back in the day, all you got was, you know, a guy tossing a ball back and forth, so kind of just depends on what your expectations are. But that's the Nintendo Game & Watch. As you can tell, the numbers get hit down by Mario each time they change. I'm gonna check if I can get a case for this so I can carry it around, because I mean, if it's supposed to be used as a watch, I guess that means you would want to keep it in your pocket all the time, but it seems a little too nice to be wanting to do that. There's also no headset jack on here, so if you want to play Mario Bros. On the go, I guess you're not going to be able to hear what's going on. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.